Yo, what is good, my everyday people? What is good, yo? Attack on Titan, baby. This show. I'm forgetting it comes out on Sundays. I'm over here thinking it's just a Boruto Sunday, but it ain't. It's Attack on Titan with a little bit of ninja in the background. But with Boruto really picking up, I have a feeling people are going to say they waited for a good time to start dropping their stuff because the only thing people would remember on Sundays is Attack on Titan. But regardless, we have some relatively interesting like standing out characters this week with a woman who straight up knows what an Eldian is and how dangerous they truly like cause a threat to any person that isn't on the side of the people who run them, right? Um, her being included. But more than not, she could probably have a better alliance than the others, but still, it comes to this point in time where you're kind of just like, is she really, truly on his side? Like, is she doing that because she didn't want this little kid to be killed in this moment by his own kind in front of them, right? Like they're not even they're a part of it and whatnot, but they don't care about these kids. There's already some that are clearly going to be chosen, and if you're not one of those chosen ones, they do not care about you. These Marlonians or whatever, Marlonians. Um, but just by the way the commander was talking throughout this week's episode, really gives you a better understanding of what it feels like to dominate with power and to have, so many different people at your beck and call that even the person who's supposedly the actual commander is in a position where he doesn't feel like he's the commander, right? Or like not the supreme commander. He doesn't feel like that. He just feels like he's holding the will steady for some person who wants to do whatever it is that he's doing takes over or until it ends up succeeding in his goals, which is kind of nutty because when you really think about it, being a figurehead in these types of situations is very realistic, right? Like sometimes you just need somebody who looks pretty and all this other stuff to really bring in all types of audience. So then when the people who do the nitty gritty and get down and dirty are in the background and they're just doing whatever it takes to, bring the country up to speed to getting things that they want to get, it's pretty obvious how quickly we can understand the dynamic between the two. And I think that's really the best speaking point on this week's episode is just seeing where everybody is. If everything hit the fan right now, we have a way better understanding of the types of people who are going to not only get hurt the most when it comes down to people dying and people losing people, um, and not only that, the actual warriors that could be targeted. It's nuts to me that Aaron has gotten so close to this kid who could potentially be the Armor Titan. The same way that Reiner, the Armor Titan, got close to him and pretty much was in a position to, you know, do the same thing that he has done to Aaron, to this kid, which is, give him like all this hope and all this steam, to give him this confidence just to pretty much do what we've seen in the trailer, which is break out and just destroy some stuff. It's kind of crazy to think these kids might be his first target because they are the ones that are supposed to inherit any of these amount of beasts. And if they do inherit them, that means they could live long after even getting away, they can live longer than the people who are holding them as of right now, seeing how they pretty much only have a year to go. It's been 4 years, so since Aaron was told about how soon he could die, we have lost 4 years of that time of up till now, right? So 4 years have ticked on his actual clock of him passing away and needing to pass it on to an inheritor. So it's these little tiny details that are already kind of ticking in the background that you have to remember that really changes the dynamic of the story if you are looking at it from that perspective. But regardless of all that being said, guys, I am so hyped to see what the heck is going to happen in Attack on Titan. It is one of the most interesting shows. It has a huge fan base that waited so long for it to come back for I think the second season. We were waiting ridiculously long, and people just gave up, and the real ones stayed, and here we are enjoying our final season of a show where not a lot of shows can even say they finish, right? Like their mangas can say they're done and whatnot, or they ended their final chapters. But for their animations, if they're actually long and look, the animation looks gorgeous and stuff at times, they take really long to finish those types of shows. And Attack on Titan is not going to be one of those. And the thing I was going to say about the kids also is it almost feels like this was their way of being close to ushering in more uh, more seasons, and it just didn't. It's just not going to go that way because clearly it's the final season. But I feel like if you didn't call this the final season and you just said Attack on Titan season 4, it could easily be thought that these kids are the next ones that are going to not only be angry at what happens that Aaron and everybody might do, because the little boy has been delivering all the letters. He delivered all the letters, not just one, all the letters. I love this kid, man. And it it really comes off bad when he's on the side of Aaron so heavily that he brings the armor titan to a place where Aaron, a savage, can straight up get him in another headlock and break his break his neck. Nah, but I can't wait. I'm so hyped. I hope you guys are hyped too. Let me know in the comments what you are excited for. If anything I did not talk about is missing, let's talk about it in the comments, and I will definitely talk to you in the next video. So with that being said, take care and peace.